right now. Bye.
To see you. Hello.
And how long have you wanted to be in television?
Well, I just want to thank everybody, you know, here at the pageant. And,
The pageant?
you know,
What are you talking about?
the Deborah pageant.
Oh. Well,
Hi,
what can I
Larry.
tell you? How you doing?
I'm doing good
I'm Larry
today.
Blind. You must be Doug Patterson.
How good of you to remember. Oh,
It's not as much fun now as Plasty used to kick it and it made a big sound.
he just kicked the bucket.
Howdy. I think that we need to figure out what it is we're going to do
I have no idea.
on today's show.
We have lots of steam coming
So
up,
we
don't you?
do. It's a steamy show.
How about that witch?
So how about that witch? How about that witch? Oh, look, she's trailing.
Oh, a piece of garni.
Wonder
You
what
remember
that
him,
means.
don't you? Oh, it's a twister.
She didn't make it. She didn't make it. Okay, here. Dear Doug and Larry, do you think you two yahoos could come up with something halfway edible?
As
If-
opposed to what we usually do?
If I was the health department, I'd shut you down.
Shut my mouth.
People are just so mean,
Mean.
and vicious.
Evil.
Vichyssoise. Anything decent. Chicken, barbecue, baked carrots, whatever. And by the way, sometime I'd like to share my old family recipe for barbecue moose lips. See ya. Sydney Circuitous.
Oh, my
And the
word.
entire Circuitous
It's his family.
That's true.
Well, that's lovely.
Well, it just so happens that we're going to do all three of those.
we are?
Moose lips?
I'm only
No,
doing
we're not
one.
doing that. We're on chicken balsamic.
Yum.
Balsamic. Barbecue beef cups.
Yum.
Baked carrots.
Yum.
Which one of those are you doing?
I'm doing the BQ beef cups.
Have you tried these cups yet?
No, I haven't.
You seem to have a lot of cup things this year.
Well, you know, I've become the king of the rolled bread
The
products.
king of the cups.
I'm usually
We
in
need-
my cups,
And I
but...
was going to say, we mean that more ways than one.
Okay, fine.
Anyway. All right. Oh, first of all, I got to tell you,
Yep.
the first thing I have to do, and then we'll let you get started because I have to kind of...
Too late.
Oh,
I've already
what are,
started.
what are you doing?
I'm browning some beef.
What I had to do was take some chicken breasts. I'll set this down.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do is you take a couple of them raw,
Ooh.
and you slice them
Yeah.
into little cubes.
Yeah.
And I made them into very, very nice little cubes that are quite edible because you don't want great big ones because
No.
you're going to put tortellini. They're going to
Yum.
put this in the sauce over tortellini is what you're going to do. But you take balsamic vinegar,
Mm-hmm.
which is lovely. If you've never,
Oh,
it's one of the
oh, so
rare
true.
treats in life if
So,
you've not done
so.
And the cork is stuck and we'll never get the thing open. It doesn't matter. I've already done it anyway.
And what a festive
Just-
little container.
Well,
might
you
add.
know, I hate to say this, I bought this because of the container, not because of
Of
the
the vinegar?
balsamic vinegar. As you know, I have a wine cellar,
Yes, you do.
which happens to be upstairs
That's right.
because I didn't have room
Downstairs.
in a basement for a wine cellar.
Right.
So I put my wine cellar on the second floor.
And it's quite
And
fabulous.
it's decorated up with stuff like this.
Well, there you go.
See? And just take a little of that balsamic vinegar. I've already done it, but I'm showing you how I did it 3 days. This is a reenactment of 3 days ago. Pretend this was 3 days ago. And you sprinkle a little of that over that, and then put a cover on that, stick it in the fridge for 2 hours. This has actually gone for, 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
And then take a little margarine, put it on top of the stove, and fry those up with the lid on it for a couple of minutes until they're browned. And you need to get them done because we're going to eat it very shortly and we want it to be finished.
Uh-huh.
Also, while you're doing all of this,
Oh, crap.
take 2 8-ounce, I believe it is, packages. I can't remember. 2 8-ounce packages of tricolored tortellini. These people got so specific about this stuff that I spent an hour traipsing around the store the other day trying to find all this, but I did find everything. Look at this tricolored.
And it's
I
beautiful.
want you to see there are actually 3 different colors. That one is a vanilla one, and that one is a spinach one, and that one is a rubber bands. It's made out of rubber bands.
Yeah.
Pay attention here.
I'm not- oh, I'm
Just-
sorry.
just work
I'm
with
having
me.
a little
Just
trouble
a
over
little
here.
bit here. So anyway.
Oh.
Whoa, it exploded. This goes for 25 minutes according to the package instructions, and I'm doing that right now. I've got to put a little more water in there. I should have left in what Doris put in there. I threw half of it out, now it's boiled dry.
Oh.
Don't let it boil dry. And something else you have to figure out here, Doug.
Yeah.
You got to take into account the puff factor.
The puff factor.
Yeah, the stuff is puffing up in this small pan, and it's trying to get out of there. That's all I'm going to do right now, because I think you need to do a lot of stuff.
Oh, it's a twister over here. Well, I've browned up about 3/4 of a pound of ground beef, and I'll put that off to the side for just a secondo. In a muffin tin, ungreased, ladies and gentlemen, you take, as I said, the El Cano of biscuits, and you place them in, and you're going to press them up the sides here.
What'd you do to your little fingers there, Doug?
I had a
your
little
fat fingers are just all, what did you do with them?
I had a little kitchen mishap.
A little mishap. I remember her. She used to work here.
Yes, she did.
And what happened? Did you cut yourself in the night?
No, I burned myself on the toaster oven. I am a professional. Do not try this at home.
Toaster oven.
And you press the dough up the side of this ungreased.
Well, I think it's mighty nice of it. You didn't want all of us looking at it in startling close-up.
Well, you know.
You know, when I burn myself, I just share it with the world.
Well,
Get a lot of complaints about it.
Some of us have taste, and we care about our viewers.
You're right about that, and others of us don't care.
Okay. You please write in B-L-A-Y is his name. Well, I'm just making a big old mess over here. What else is new?
I'm going to chop an onion. I hope you don't get offended.
Well, that's just so exciting. I just don't even know
Well, that's why
how
I
to
thought I
deal
would
with
do
it.
this while you're doing that.
Okay. Yep.
This chicken, by the way, is, look at that, and smell that. You smell that?
Yes, I do.
Isn't that just wonderful?
I'm telling you, that balsamic vinegar is like the best
is
invention in
just
history.
fabulous. And these things are plumping up real good and everything like that. So anyway, at this point, I just have to take a full onion. About a cup is what you need. One onion's about a cup as far as I'm concerned, give or take a cup or two. What do you think?
I know you just hate me doing this, don't you?
Well, yeah. You know, there are other ways to do it.
I know, but I just don't have the time, and I'm not...
Sometime I want you to come over to my house. You know where my house is.
I'm never invited.
Do you know where my house is?
Okay, I was invited.
Sometime I want you to come over to my house, and I'm just show you a couple little things in the kitchen.
Okay. I've seen your kitchen.
My
I
cat.
really don't want to look at it.
My cat bowls.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Nothing that
Now,
you could
guess what
take
you're
home.
going to do, Lair?
What?
You're going to put in a half a cup of barbecue sauce.
Any particular kind?
No, you're
the
very,
house brand?
You're very fave.
Oh, yeah, the house
And you
brand.
throw that little baby right in there.
Very good.
And you're going to throw in a teaspoon of minced dried onions. You know,
Well, that's good.
aren't you just like overwhelmed with all this?
Sure, I'm excited about it.
I know you would.
Food makes me happy.
Be. Well, me too. Happy, 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 as you know who says.
And you can be a happy heifer, too. Well,
And you mix that all together, and what we're going to do is spoon this into those biscuits. Yummy. Can you, barbecue.
chicken out and put aside.
Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Well, isn't this so interesting, you people?
Well, I just said, Doris scrambling. I have to take this chicken out and set it aside.
Aside.
I would say that's done. It certainly is. Fabulous. I'll just give it another minute, perhaps two. Next thing you're going to do is take that chicken out of there and set it aside.
Yeah, you said that
Well, we
already.
watch you do that.
I'm filling my cups. If you put... Shut up, Bly. I swear,
You were
people.
feeling your cups the last time I saw you.
Well, that's true.
Oh, boy. That looks good. It smells great.
Doesn't it smell good?
And I really hope there's a lot more to it than this.
Well, this is pretty much it. I hate to break it
We'll
to
take your time. Why don't you make
well,
another...
I have to put it in the oven, and then I have to take it out and do something else to it,
Oh,
and then
okay.
put it back in.
Okay. Well,
So, 400 degrees, put them in for 10 to 15 minutes until they brown. I'll be back. Arrivederci.
okay. So the chicken at this point is ready. Set this, but there's so much junk around here, I can't find any place to set anything. I'll set that back there. Take the chicken out.
Oh, I've done
Look at
that for
that.
years.
Isn't that beautiful? And it's just perfectly done on one side and not done at all on the
beautiful.
other. No,
Oh,
it is.
I'm
It
very
smells
impressed
great.
with you, Larry.
It really does. So just eat one side of the chicken, okay?
Oh. Which
Take
side?
that out of there. Take it out of there. All of it. There's a couple more pieces. Whoops, lost one. This is not the best device for taking chicken out of a pan.
Ow!
I lost one. Where is it? That little rascal
Is gone. We'll never see it again. Oh!
Doggone it.
Well, that's...
Take chicken out, put aside, add onion, garlic, and zucchini. Oh, well, the zucchini isn't even ready yet. I hadn't done that part
Can I
yet.
help you
That's
with
okay.
that?
I'll just stick that in there for a minute.
I'm kind of through.
Are you really?
Yep.
That's terrible.
Can I do something for you?
I'm going to cut that back just a little bit. I'm going to cut that back just a wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to put some garlic in there. It calls for a couple of teaspoons. 4 cloves. 1 clove. 2 cloves. 3 cloves. 4 cloves. Santa cloves. Okay, there you go. That goes in there. You're easily amused today.
Well, I'm sorry.
And I'm happy for
I
you.
just-
Because people, normally talk about how cranky
I
and
know.
grumpy you are.
I'm just so happy to be here
And today you are. You really are. You're away from work. I can tell you need to quit your job.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, I can
Now, the
survive on
zucchini.
No offense, everybody. Oh, I gotta tell you something.
There, so what?
I had actual visitors from Richmond who saw me sitting at my desk at Center in the Square and came up to Mill Mountain Theater and said how much they loved the show, and they said, wouldn't it be fun if we ran into Larry or Doug today, and they ran into me.
Is that so, really?
Fans from Richmond.
Doug sits up there in that window
See, I'm
at
a-
a computer squinting,
I'm a figurehead.
and
That's
that's all
I
he does.
do.
He never does anything.
That's it. I play solitaire.
I've never seen anything like it. Would you take the outside of this off or leave it on? I would too. Okay, this lady, I'll tell you, who is this? Joan Malone. Sounds like
That's a
sounds like one of
joke.
those little.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the Joan
Malone Show.
Starring
Joan Malone.
Okay. Anyway, Joan is very specific about some things. She says a medium zucchini. If you stuck that back together, that'd be a medium zucchini. Cut into
At no
match
time.
strips, finger length. See? Now it depends on which finger. Is it the little one?
Joan
Is it
needs
the
a big
pointing
clue
finger?
here.
And that's as far as we're going with all of that. But anyway, I would say that the pointing finger is what I would use. You get the point? Well, I'm sorry. It is the pointing finger.
Oh,
All right, there you go.
Larry.
Well, Larry, nothing. I'm just trying to do what the lady wants me to do.
Fine.
Meanwhile, we got these tortellinis just a boiling away over here that take 25 minutes.
Uh-huh.
They should be ready at the end of the show.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can tell, I guess, when they're not tough. Wouldn't you say?
I guess.
Would anybody care to venture a
Well,
guess?
I like tortellini.
Now, it says straw ones. Don't you think those, well, those aren't straw. Doesn't look like a
That'd
straw
be
to me.
slab.
Matchsticks. Okay, matchstick. All right, that's close enough.
Depends on what kind of matches you use. You know, it could be those big fireplace matches.
Well, you see, that's close to matchstick.
Yeah, I didn't think so
The
either. Thank you,
matchsticks are real big where I come from, up in Shenandoah County. So just go.
You are so lame.
I know. Well, it's not an exact science, and these things are slippery, too. Have you ever noticed that, how slippery zucchinis are?
No, just okra.
Hasn't anyone ever told you you're slippery as a zucchini? That one's trying to escape.
Because you
trying to
saw the
escape.
way you're cut.
I know, almost as bad as the way you cut.
Oh, fine. Bring that up.
Uh-huh. So there we go. Now, what we're going to have to do is put those in there in a minute, too. I don't want this to go too much longer, but look at that. That's
That is
perfect.
so
That's
beautiful.
exactly the way it is. For once, the stove is working at the exact pace that it's supposed to. Start adding these in there. And while I finish this ridiculousness,
Yeah.
let's go to the Cook sisters.
Are they here again?
Uh-uh. No, they're not.
They're not?
But they're good. No, we have them. Special arrangement, but they're appearing today on videotape.
Cool.
Hey, Toots!
Oh, you big...
What?
Wake up and listen to me, would you?
Who are
Oh,
you?
for heaven's sakes, I'm your Aunt Roxy.
I don't remember.
How many times do I have to tell her?
Long lost. I don't remember Aunt Roxy.
It's been that long,
And
eh?
I'll be honest with you, don't know what I think of you.
Well, I like you, so you might as well just get over it. I have a little tip for you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know Wild
Don't
Rice?
call me baby.
You remember Wild Rice? I think that was a group we danced to back when we were young
Wild
girls.
Rice.
Uh-huh. Well, if you put Wild Rice in the freezer, it'll keep 4 to 5 months instead of that usual 1 week if you put it in the refrigerator. It's the truth. Trust me on this one.
Aunt Roxy's voice gets deeper as she goes along. I'm Tootsie Cook.
And I'm Roxy Cook.
And we're the Cook Sisters.
Hey, I'm telling you, that Roxy is a ditch, isn't she?
Fox. Rox is a fox. Rox the fox. Well, I tell you, I'm still doing these little things. I wish I would. You know, they have little machines, little devices that can do this much better than I'm doing. They're called mandolins. And you can play songs on them, too. Now, you got to do something with your thing, too?
I have to go look.
Well, go look.
I'm going to go look now. Thank
Doug's
you, Larry,
going to
for
look.
telling me.
Doug's going to look. He's distracted today. He's distracted
Oh,
today.
dear.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, they're poofing up just like your tortellini. Aren't they pretty?
Oh, they are looking wonderful.
Okay, not quite.
They
Okay,
really are.
continue on.
Well, see, I'm continuing to do these little matchstick things. This is just painful. But, I mean, look at them. They're real pretty. Oh, except for that one. Oh, except for that one. Well, I tell you what, while I continue this misery.
Want me to read my recipe?
Yeah, why don't you read your recipe?
I'll read my recipe.
Then I'll read mine.
Barbecue cups. A 3/4 pound ground beef, half a cup barbecue sauce, 1 teaspoon dry minced onions, 1 can refrigerated biscuits, a 1/4 cup of shredded American or cheddar cheese, and you put that in an oven 400 degrees until about 10-15 minutes, and then put some cheese on and return it, and it melts and you enjoy. And that was sent in by Kay Johns from New Jersey.
Sounds wonderful. Here's what mine's all about. It's called
Da-da-da-da-da.
the chicken balsamic. I'm going to cover that for a second. 1.5 pounds of thin sliced chicken breast cut into chunk pieces. 4 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 3 tablespoons of butter or margarine, a can of diced tomatoes with oil, oregano, and basil. Very specific about that. How painful. Finally found it. 4 cloves of minced garlic, a cup of peeled and finely chopped onions, that's in there, medium zucchini cut up into match strip finger length long.
Okay.
2 tablespoons grated Parmesan cheese, freshly chopped parsley, and 2 8-ounce packages of tri-colored cheese tortellini. And I have just put into the pan here the strips of zucchini, and I'm going to cover those up for a couple of minutes so that they'll have an opportunity to sort of get nice and done here. And isn't that looking good? You got that garlic and, baby.
I want some.
Now, I got to take
the
the tortellini out and drain it.
Don't, careful.
Don't drain your tortellini.
Until
All right,
we're...
here we go. Put that right in
Here's
there.
my final little thing of
Well, you know,
today.
there's enough tortellini there to feed 6,000 people.
Well, good. We have them all here.
Doug, that's beautiful.
Isn't that
And
pretty?
it smells great, too.
And you just put this now back into the oven and wait for the cheese to melt, and then you just dig in.
Okay, the final thing I have to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do it before we bring Miss Doris out, because this has got to get a little hot.
Wow!
That's all in there, and now you add the diced tomatoes, basil, garlic, oregano, all that goodness goes in there. Going to cut that up just a wee bit and smush that all around.
Smush.
And that's going to make a lovely, look at that.
Larry,
Isn't
I am
that beautiful?
deeply moved.
Ooh, and there is enough garlic in there to kill half the staff. I'm telling you, it's a lot
Can
of
I
garlic.
give you a list?
Check it twice.
Okay.
Oh, and at this point also put back into this
Yes.
the chicken goes back in
Oh,
at this point.
baby.
I tell you, this really is a beautiful, beautiful recipe.
Why don't we sneak this out? This looks good, and we can like have
You
it
know,
for
yeah,
dinner
I'm
tonight.
thinking I might not leave much of it behind.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh, they're getting huffy on
Perhaps
us.
I shouldn't mention that again.
Sorry.
Okay. I think that I smell the perfume of the lovely Doris.
Is she here? Where is she?
She certainly is.
Come over here, darling.
Come over here, Ms. Doris. We're going to do something totally new and unusual on the show, always breaking barriers on the show. We're sending her over to Doug's area.
Hey, Doris.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm just fine. And you?
Good.
That's good.
Pretty snappy patter, guys.
Okay,
Hey.
I had to do baked carrots. You take 12 large carrots, half a cup of margarine, half a cup of packed brown sugar, half a teaspoon baking powder, 2 eggs beaten, 1 cup evaporated milk. The lady uses skimmed. A 1/4 cup fine breadcrumbs. Italian adds a zing. Salt and pepper to taste. And her name is Sharon W. Denton from Chester, Virginia. And you boil your carrots up like you're making mashed potatoes, and then you mash them up, mix all the other stuff with it, and it turns out, I'm going to turn it over so you can see how the bottom part
how
of it is.
beautiful.
It turns like a, I don't know what the baking powder did. You know, it's only a fourth of what?
That is delicious.
Just a little bit. And it says that people, it looks like sweet potato casserole and fools carrot haters every time.
Cool.
So that's, I don't know how it's going to taste. Then you sprinkle the breadcrumbs on top and then put, my fingers, some,
Oops. Little mess here.
really, 'cause it takes a lot of butter.
Yum. And that would be a bad thing?
Right.
No.
Well, it called for margarine this time, so and it said butter on top, but I just went ahead and used the margarine because I had it, and I
Well,
think
it
you could
looks
do what
lovely.
you wanted.
know, I hate to tell you, I'm one of those carrot dislikers.
Is it really? Why don't you try it? Then you might like
Looks
this.
great.
But it's I think if you take it right out of the oven, mine, you know, I said it's sort of a little puffy.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
We better let him
Thank you, Doris.
look
That's
at it.
all.
Jeez.
That was awfully good of you.
Crabola.
Alrighty. Now listen, what we got here is I have put the tortellini over here on a nice plater. Look, plater. On a platter. Look at this. That's beautiful.
It's a twister.
Put it on there, and you take this goodness and you pour it all over the counter, onto your shoe, onto the shoe of your assistant cook.
A real big shoe.
But isn't that beautiful? It's lovely. I'll get it under control. Don't get nervous. Anyway, that's lovely. And then I've just taken a little bit of parsley and chopped it all up over here, and you put a little fresh parsley on there. Oh, this doesn't it? I can't believe this. Doris says, come over here. Come on. I want everyone to see this and hear this. What did you just say?
I said it looks good.
She said, it looks good.
Good
Okay.
enough to eat. Right?
Good enough to eat.
mean,
And
that
Doris
looks like
doesn't say that about our food very often. Believe me, she doesn't. But anyway, isn't it? That is. It's real. Oh, yes. And a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of that. If you want to do fresh Parm, that's fine. We're just kind of down-home folks around here. We believe that Parmesan comes in a can. So anyway, there we go. And that's that. It's a lovely recipe that takes a little bit of planning because you got to do your chicken ahead of time and put it in the vinegar and all that. How did yours come out?
Well, I think it's quite lovely.
Oh, it looks like they're still being chiseled out. They didn't come out. There. Let's see. Let's see. Get one of those out of there, Doug.
Well, I'll do it over there.
No. I want to see it come
I'll
out.
do it over there. It's ungreased. Yep. Grease is the word, you know.
I think he's having problems with it.
Hey.
Let's go over here.
Okay.
Why is the microphone laying on the floor?
Oh, I kicked it out.
I swear. There's no respect for equipment around here. If
Yeah.
the engineering department sees that, they'll have a hemorrhage. Okay, we'll put that there, and I just got juice all over my pants, all over my hands, because I was having fun watching you trying to get those
Chisel
things, and
things
I
out.
want to see you get one of those out of there, Buster.
Okay. Here I go. Oops. I was caught.
I think I forgot
Oops,
my
there goes
spoon.
Doris's thing again. Oh, good. He's gone. I can try to scoop this out without having... Oh, I did it. It's a little. There. Oh,
that-
ye of little faith.
Look at that. It did come out pretty good, didn't it? Oh, okay. Here, have some of this real quick.
Okay.
We have a minute.
Oh. Oops.
If it hadn't taken you so long to get that slab of stuff
Oh,
out
you
of
are
there.
such a pain in my side.
Okay, let me try this. Oh, what is this?
Carrots.
Oh, yes, the carrot
Okay.
doodah.
I'll try it.
Which looks very, very lovely.
Where's the chip?
Well, I'm going to try yours, which looks beautiful.
Your chicken dish is fabulous. Is that any good?
I love barbecue.
I do too.
That's wonderful.
Yours is delish.
Is it right?
Fabulous.
Are the tortellinis done?
Yeah. You know, this isn't bad.
Well, this carrot thing is a little unusual, but I like it. Yeah, I think it is. Sort of reminds me of the carrot puffs we did in our first season 20 years ago or whatever, Blue Ridge Public Television.
Yum.
Well,
Well, you know,
I like it. I think you will too. Mine's pretty good
Fabulous.
too. Bye.
See ya.